Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in this new YouTube video. In today's video, we are going to analyze some of the replays that I have been, playing rank to. And I lost a lot of infamy, but it's time to actually take a look at what went wrong. Not just my teammates, but also myself, especially myself, because I feel like I have positioned myself a lot of times in a bad situation. Uh, no CTF though, absolutely no CTF, and you may notice that I have no gold. That's because it is my choice. Um, because I decided I'm not just going to join the gold drama and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of things going on here. Especially between Niraj and Sarah, but we don't care about that. We just do our own thing. Okay, let's go. Um, so talk about this. In one of these matches, I healed actually 100,000 HP. Yes, that's right. You heard that correctly, which is absolutely insane. So today was a good um, rank match here. We gained a little bit of infamy here. It's not a whole lot. We only got 4+ here. Um, but again, or actually, is it 4+? It's 6+. What am I even saying? Anyway, doesn't matter. We will get back up probably eventually. And I was in Fleet with a very good friend of mine, Sneaks. If you want more instructions, you will see that later today. I will be showing you the reoperation on how we actually fixed all of this, because I think that this damage can be fixed. Words have been said. Anyway, back to our replays. It's all the way here. You can see it's a lot of red here, which is bad. It's a lot of losses. I also played with Reaper, by the way. With Reaper, I had a little bit better chances than with Fixer. So let's look at this. Destruct 9. We had the triple fixer here, which is bad. Triple fixer, you're almost always going to lose the game on the spot, because you do not want to have free supporters on your team. So here I went with my tier 5 plasma, with my tier 5 bolt and tier 1 legendary bolt. I had a lot of bad HP here. You can see that 7.3 thousand HP. That's just not the way to go. Well, everybody else had 8,000 HP. Shipopo was here as well, a good friend of mine, and we decided to play rank together. Van Diesel is here as well. You can see, and from the setups that these players played, I can also tell that they made a big mistake, because here we have someone who's playing the same setup as me, except for a different weapon. And then we have Fatty Meteor, which is an area heal fixer. Now that's not ideal. If you're going to play fixer, at least use double plasma or something else. But yeah, that's just me. Now we're going to look especially at me, because I feel like I had a lot of mistakes here. Kariki was just, yeah, not the way to go. Yeah, this person had a chance. That speeder could have also gone from here to here, which would have been much safer, rather than going from the front lines back. Koriki made a mistake here. And that costed the whole team, because Koriki was one of our main DPSs, because speeder is actually a little bit more DPS focused compared to Fixer. So now we only have one DPS ship, which is Shipopo, and the capture just keeps going. I do not understand, frankly, why anybody would use their napalm here. Like, Is the napalm even? The napalm is getting thrown at the capture zone, which is good. But yeah, this is a match that we lost because one speeder was doing this, and that's just how unforgiving Nightmare League is, guys. You cannot get back from it. When you lose a ship, you can almost never get back from it, and that's a fundamental problem that we have as well. It's the infamy glitch. You see, now we have these low rank players in our high end matches. We have everyone at like ace right now, and the whole league has been extinguished. There is It's very hard to rank up as a starter since you're almost always going to meet these level 50 players because everybody climbed so high. And that's the fundamental problem. And well, you could say, well, technically, Marine, it's not that bad, right? It is bad. This is what happens when people abuse certain things in certain games. That's what happens. The whole freaking thing gets destabilized. And it's gonna take years for this to recover. It was a massive loss here. And while you could say ban these players, that's not gonna work either. And like that's what you have to understand. It's gonna take a long time before everything is fixed there. Okay, so District 9 wasn't really my mistake. Let's take a look at this. Here I played okayish as well. Here it was a fixer that didn't really do his job. But why? How can a player that has tier 3 legendary loot do worse than someone like me? How? We're going to look at this. I was using commands, and here I already was a little bit stressed out, but we had an ideal team. We had the team of firepower and healing, which is great. That's an amazing team composition if you compare it to their team composition. Okay, so let's look here. Okay, so I was doing pretty good here, I was sitting behind this rock here, being relatively safe, healing Shipopo, and there it was Christ who got damaged here, but it wasn't that big of an issue. I could have punished Hamured. I could have done that, but I couldn't really. Again, I think I was a little too focused on healing people up. Okay, so I see. I see. Mispositioning from the fixer. I see. So how is this possible? I have seen this. Okay, so essentially what happened is that other fixer got attacked and I couldn't keep my eye on that person because I had to save the interceptor essentially. So that's what happened. That's why we lost that game mode. It's not my mistake once again, which is weird. It feels weird when you are doing everything else right and they are doing wrong things. It's really weird. It makes me sad when I look at these games. Okay, so Damage Depot. Here I played very bad. But what did I do wrong here? What was it that I did wrong? Okay, using battle commands, which is good. Okay. So this wasn't Damage Depot. placing the plasma there. Okay. Uh-huh. Coke is getting damaged there. We had a triple fixer fleet. So low firepower, high healing. Okay. Yeah, I was getting targeted here. Yeah, that was a mispositioning. Okay, I already repositioned there, which is good. I think I should have gone over there, which would have been better. But how did I sink? That's what I'm wondering. I repaired Koriki. Yeah, I mean, you can clearly see that everybody is there. I'm gonna get a beat up eventually from that side. Okay, so a hit by a torp, a hit by a grenade. So essentially, if I didn't get hit by that torp, I wouldn't have died. So I should have dodged earlier. I should have nitroed earlier out of the way. That's how I could have saved myself. Maybe it's a good idea to play with sounds actually, so that I can hear audio cues on when an attack is coming, so that I can quickly evade it. That's so hard. It's so hard to keep track of everything, you know? Okay, let's continue analyzing because this isn't the only thing that we can do. It's already 12 minutes. There is a lot of replays that we need to look into. Okay, so essentially that was Damage Depot. We now have Sub-Zero, we have Midnight Movies, we have Damage Depot once again, District 9. But we're gonna look into Sub-Zero here. I want to have a replay where I did bad, just utterly bad. Now this was a pretty bad one, 9,000 only. What about this one? This one was decent. What about this one? What about the Reaper? I mean, I might as well show you that replay where I did 100,000 healing. I wanted to save that battle for later though. But I'm just gonna show it to you anyway. Wasn't this one, it was this one. Okay, now you're in for a big surprise. Now this is what happened today, actually, and I was live recording this as well. It isn't sadly enough a live replay anymore, but we are still going to look into all of this. We had Captain Defense on our team, very good player, and we also had Sneaks on our team, which is also a good player. Hasn't played the game very long since, but he's still pretty good. Okay, so dropping my plasma here, dodging the torp just in time. I need to be more mindful of torpedoes. That's one thing that I need to learn here. I saved Captain Defense here, and now my problem here, my main problem, is that they have two healers. They have two healers. They have a Reaper and they have a Fixer. Now, I don't know if that's a full support Reaper. It is a full support Reaper. Very weird, actually. Why using Overboost when you can have a Nitro? Oh, wait. He is playing Nitro Overboost. Okay, never mind. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. Double Bolt. Okay, so here I am. I was busy healing everybody up, and I had to keep an eye on everybody. Absolutely everybody. Um, I was hiding behind this rock over here. And I had to constantly reposition myself, as you can see here. Constantly repositioning myself, and at any point, if they had interceptors here, listen up, if they had interceptors here, I will be dead. Because I have only 5,000 HP. So again, my health is very, very low. I can't take a lot of beatings. Compared to every other fixer here, I am very weak and very fragile. In a ace match, I wouldn't have such problem and such stress. I will be able to maintain myself. But here it's actually a different story because you actually do take a lot of damage here. You can see that right here. I try to heal here, but it's very, very difficult. And here that speeder almost sunk. I had to repair it. Again, it's very hard to predict what ship they want to attack, essentially. Even though I saved 4 people from sinking for this match. But it's not gonna be that easy always, guys. And like I said, this capture zone is a murder box. It's literally a murder box because look at it. We are getting attacked. We are getting bamboozled all over the place. This is bad. And yes, I did have my strong plasma that I kept spamming, but it's not always going to be that easy. And if they had interceptors here, we would be a dead team because they can rush in and rush out of the zone. And here you can see we had an even trade, but once again, that was a win for us because we traded our potentially weak weaker striker, for their formidable defender, which means that their defense is now down, and it means that we can sink them more easily. And you can see why this will turn into a win soon, because now they don't have anything tanky. And this Junkai Ko was capturing the objective. I eventually went with him because the more people stand on a capture zone, the more chance you have of winning, because you need to hit more people to reset the capture zone, actually. And here you can see I had an amazing save here against Sneaks. Beautiful freaking bolt shots here and there. So yeah, it was a really hectic match. I had to pay attention to everything. If I even shut my eye for a second, people could get killed. Which is why this was such a dangerous match. And here come the last breaths from the opponent, the final breath to take me and my team out. It was chaotic, but you know, I saw people come in here, and that's when I actually went in. I went inside the capture zone here. 3% here, 8% here. And that's when the Reaper 42 came in, trying to shoot the Big Berta. Triple Torp hit me. But you can see the capture stone was still at 9%. So even if one of their shooters did not die, and it would have been a draw, we still would have gotten the victory because we had the capture zone in our control. Now, you may be asking yourself why this capture is so dangerous. It's because you can get ambushed from all sides. But because they don't have mobility ships, we actually had a advantage here. Now, like I said, if they had interceptors here, it would have been a different story. I would have been hunted down, I would have been defeated. And that means that I would not have gained so many healing from for my team. I would not have extended that long. I wouldn't have survived that long to do my thing that I need to do. And that is one of the most important things on why you need to look into your battles afterwards, on why something is a defeat and why something is a victory. Because you cannot keep blaming your team, of course, and I had to realize that myself as well. One thing though, I don't want to say that Captain Defense is weak. What I meant was in terms of firepower. Striker is weaker than Defender because Defender has a lot more health and a lot more damage. That's what I meant. I didn't mean that he is a bad player. He played very well that match. Trading off the Defender for your Striker, that's worth it. I will do that any day out of the week, man. So excellent play by everybody here. I couldn't have done this without you guys. I'll be very honest here. So yeah. And to be fair, it was an honor to fight by, Sneak's side and everybody else. I will continue playing rank later on in this evening. That will be in about 3 hours, 4 hours. So stay tuned about that. And yeah, like I got nothing else to say here. This was an amazing day, to be honest. Tomorrow I get back to work, so expect less content, of course, at that point. And the reason why I didn't upload in these past few weeks was because I was with my parents. My dad, my mother, that type of stuff. But that doesn't really matter. Um, I'm just telling you guys that because I have been long gone. So yeah. So for now, I'll just be playing Hollow Knight Silksong for a bit, and take care, everybody. Oh, by the way, before I leave, Happy New Year, because obviously it is a new year. um, 2026 incoming. I do plan to make a highlighted video about some insane moment where I was actually smart, but I don't know. I need some time for that, to actually edit that type of stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, ciao.